Thank you so much for watching and welcome to UBC News Tonight, the second edition. My name is Michael Jordan Lukomwa. We'll start with a look at the top stories.
Brought to you by
Refugee ethanol stoves and fuel. Enjoy cleaner, healthier and affordable cooking. Cook your food in less than 2,000 shillings per day. No charcoal. Stop deforestation. We are looking for agents across Uganda. Refugee, Bible Corner.
Four-day working visit to the UAE after holding talks with the ruler. Minister of Defense and Internal Affairs face budget cuts. Prime Minister's office gets new permanent secretary, while First Lady endorses cybersecurity training program for the youth. My name is Michael Jordan Lukomwa. Dorothy joins us for the Sign Language Corner. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has concluded his four-day working visit to the United Arab Emirates with a significant meeting with His Highness Dr. Sultan bin Mohammed Al Qasimi, the Supreme Council member of the UAE and ruler of Sharjah. The president was warmly received at the Royal Palace in Sharjah by Dr. Sultan bin Mohammed Al Qasimi, accompanied by the chairman of the Sharjah Chamber of Commerce and Industry, His Excellency Abdullah Al Uwais, and the president of the Amiri Diwan, Rashid Al Sheikh. During the meeting, the two leaders discussed matters of mutual interest between Uganda and Sharjah, with a particular focus on fostering economic cooperation.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has expressed gratitude for the UAE's support, specifically highlighting the construction of an international airport near Kidabo Valley National Park. He emphasized the potential of the project to significantly boost Uganda's tourism sector. In response, Dr. Sultan bin Mohammed Al Qasimi commended President Yoweri Kaguta's commitment to transforming Uganda's economy and strengthening bilateral ties. The president's visit also witnessed the signing of two important memoranda of understanding. That is to say, that of construction of the Emirates Eye Hospital in Entebbe, signed by Mr. Vincent Bagire, Uganda's permanent secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, on behalf of the government of Uganda. Investment cooperation in the rail and transport sector. This was also signed by Honorable Kriwa Kiwanuka, the Attorney General, on behalf of the government of Uganda. Both MOUs were signed in the presence of President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and his delegation, led by dignitaries including Mr. Ramadhan Gobi, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Finance, Dr. Diana Atwine, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Health, and the Ambassador Zake Kibedi, Uganda's ambassador to UAE. The four-day visit underscored Uganda's commitment to strengthening its partnership with UAE and exploring opportunities for economic development and investment. This marks the end of the 4 days visit by His Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
In more news, President Museveni who has just concluded his four-day working visit to the United Arab Emirates, while there attended the 4th edition of the Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week 2025. During his visit, he also held a meeting with Khalid Al Aramel, a prominent investor based in Sharjah, United Arab Emirates, who expressed interest in Uganda's waste management sector.
Collection of waste.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has met with Khalid Al-Humre, who he invited to come and invest in the waste management sector as a way of addressing the country's waste challenges.
I am one of the people with the biggest waste on earth. This is because we are 46 million of us, and in the next few years we shall be 100 million, and we all eat fresh food. So you can imagine you have the bananas, you have the other crops, all of them you need to peel, to peel, to peel. Then you have, so I don't know, that must be the biggest percentage.
President Museveni assured Mr. Khalid of the Ugandan government's support for such investments. He emphasized the critical role of electricity in driving the economic growth and shared insights into Uganda's waste management history and challenges.
Now there's a new problem which has been added, the packaging material, which used to be fibers in the past. We used to use banana fibers. You know the dry bananas?
Yeah.
They are the ones we are using to tie, to tie things. Now these have been replaced with plastic. So you have the organic, now you have this plastic added to as packaging now.
The president urged Mr. Khalid to ensure affordable electricity costs for consumers, advocating for a price not exceeding US dollars 0.8 per kilowatt per hour. President Museveni encouraged Mr. Khalid and other like-minded investors to consider investing in Uganda. He noted that such investments would not only address the pressing issues of waste management, but also generate employment opportunities for Ugandans.
And we also operate in Saudi Arabia.
Khalid Al-Humrey, who agreed to this proposal, is the group CEO and vice chairman of Beth Company, shared his extensive experience in waste management, spanning over 15 years. He highlighted his achievements in managing waste in countries such as Saudi Arabia and Egypt through public-private partnerships.
90% of waste away from landfill, so we do not need any more landfills in the city of Sharjah. So today, this is the highest achieved already in the Middle East. So we have different facilities, from waste to energy facility, the first in the Middle East, we developed also in Sharjah, to different types of facilities, construction waste, to industrial wastewater. It took us 15 years to achieve this result.
The meeting was attended by several high-ranking Ugandan officials, including Kiriwaki Onuka, the Attorney General, Ramadhan Ngowi, the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Vincent Wajire, Permanent Secretary, Minister of Foreign Affairs, His Excellency Zakei Kibedi, Ambassador of Uganda to the UAE, Ambassador Isa Ismail, Deputy Head of Mission Uganda Embassy in Abu Dhabi.
Landfills in the city of Sharjah.
That is about the ending visit of the president to Abu Dhabi. Now, a section of members of parliament have expressed optimism about the next upcoming wealth creation presidential tour to Busoga region, with many hoping that this is a crucial moment in offering time and space to discuss about the current and future plans of the region. However, to others, they want President Museveni to pay attention to the unfulfilled pledges which have impacted to the progress of Busoga sub-region.
Uganda Yoweri Kaguta Museveni will be heading to Busoga sub-region for the 3 days wealth creation tour. The 3 days meeting will see the president interact with communities, evaluate key government programs, as well as chat about new development plans for Busoga sub-region.
A program of visiting successful farmers, addressing issues within the border small-scale opportunities, they have been aligned to this.
To a section of members of parliament from Busoga, the president's visit is timely and worth an appreciation.
This is very prudent and very important that as the CEO, as the counting officer of Uganda, it's upon him to check, to do a background check, to check on people, to make sure that all those programs that have been provided for and facilitated by government are being implemented and they do benefit Busoga people.
When we had a meeting in Parliament, regarding the presidential visit, there are issues that we zeroed on, and we looked at quite areas that the president is going to visit, and we decided that he's going to host the leadership meeting in Uganda, and the main meeting will be in Lukomwa.
However, some have expressed skepticism.
One, I remember I was still a younger boy. It was around 2001, 2002. He was in Kamuli. He promised that his government will be working on the road from Jinja to Mbulamuti, then to Bukungu. 22 years down the road, there is nothing on ground. Even compensation has failed. So I expect him to tell us, did he lie? What happened after 20 years? Do we still expect him to fulfill that promise or not?
According to the NRM Secretariat, the presidential tour also gives the party ample time to evaluate its manifesto implementation progress, especially for the ending term of 2021-2026.
Every incumbent has the advantage of the office they occupy. While they are serving the population, nothing can stop them from fraternizing with the population, discussing on the future plans, and even making interjections or proposing how the relationship could be extended beyond the current term.
The presidential wealth creation tour will kick off on Wednesday, 22nd January 2025 and end on Saturday, 25th. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
This is a very rich area. The whole of Uganda is.
Prime Minister Robin Anabanja has asked the incoming Permanent Secretary of the Office of the Prime Minister, Alex Kakoza, to prioritize gaps that are still hindering service delivery at the Office of the Prime Minister. Nabanja was this evening presiding over the handover ceremony to the new Permanent Secretary, Alex Kakoza, from the outgoing Dunstan Balaba.
While presiding over the handover ceremony, Nabanja says that systems have been put in place at OPM and thanked Balaba for his effort in serving the country. Nabanja, however, says that there are some gaps that need to be addressed by the incoming PS, especially in procurement and administration.
We still have issues in terms of procurement. Those issues are still being reported in my office. We still have issues of absenteeism by staff. And many other administrative issues.
The NRM Secretary General Richard Todong, who also witnessed the handover, says that OPM is the center of government program implementation, which should work to coordinate for better service delivery.
A lot of people have made government offices like small chiefdoms. When they are transferred, they want to move with everybody, they want to stay, they don't want to move. But I love the spirit I'm seeing, and that should speak to the entire government, that these are public offices. You can be moved to one office to another, and you can come and join in a peaceful manner and in a very cordial environment.
The outgoing Permanent Secretary, Dunstan Balaba, in his handover report, thanked President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for appointing him to serve as Permanent Secretary at the OPM. Balaba highlighted a number of achievements while at OPM.
I hand over the ministerial policy statement for this financial year for having appointed me as a permanent secretary, coming all the way from the local governments as a chief administrative officer, and lifting me up and bringing me not only to another ministry, but to the office of the Prime Minister. I feel proud of this, and I want to thank His Excellency the President for this. Right Honorable, I take the opportunity to hand over the office of the Permanent Secretary Office of the Prime Minister to Mr. Alex Kakoza with effect from 16th January 2025 at 3:30 p.m.
Alex Kakoza, the incoming Permanent Secretary, says that the Office of the Prime Minister will strengthen accountability within OPM and in other ministries and also ensure proper implementation of government programs.
Right now, Prime Minister will be focusing on accountability, especially at a strategic level, because my colleague has already started on the internal accountability. The resources we are given internally. We also use our little networks to lobby for more resources to the Office of the Prime Minister, because when we have my colleague across in the SDGs, I'm sure we can reach out to a number of people to have more resources as indicated today in our submission to Parliament.
Alex Kakoza has been acting permanent secretary in the Ministry of Trade and Industry. The handover ceremony was witnessed by Peter Lokaris, the Karamoja Affairs Minister, National Planning Authority and technical staff from OPM.
First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Mrs. Janet Museveni, has partnered with Deborah's Impact Projects Africa and the Africa World Training Center to launch a cybersecurity training initiative for the youth in Uganda. The program targets 200,000 participants addressing cybercrime, unemployment, and the global cyber talent shortage. During a meeting at State House, Nakasero, the First Lady engaged with Apostle Isi Igneba, founder of the DIPA, and AWTC founders Augustine de Gaulle and Valeria Soseido to explore exploration opportunities. The initiative prioritizes training women as trainers, beginning with 5,000 participants. Recognizing Uganda's youth-dominated population and 13.3% unemployment rate, the program aims at creating high-value jobs and attract global partnerships. A memorandum of understanding will formalize the collaboration, enabling Uganda to serve as a cybersecurity outsourcing hub for international companies. Mrs. Museveni praised the organization's dedication to empowering Ugandan youth.
An arm, Deborah's Impact Projects Africa, an arm of the Month of Deborah, serves as a strategic grassroots enrollment and community outreach partner for technology education across Africa. In partnership with Africa World Training Centers, they aim to train millions of young women in cybersecurity, bridging the gap between world-class technology, education, and untapped community potential. The initiative will begin with 5,000 promising young people, particularly women, who will become trainers of trainers.
The impact of cybersecurity and breach in cybersecurity in different nations, and why this has become one of the most foremost sought after solutions right now in the world.
The youth population here look just like me. This is a wealthy place where countries like Asia and America, where we have partnerships now, can come and find solution here. And so we wanted to walk you through what that process could look like and hopefully get your hand in partnership if all goes well.
Our goal is to have them working in jobs. So the idea is that global companies can hire talent and not actually have to take them out of the country. So you're looking at foreign domestic investment into Uganda so that the talent and the people can actually work from home and be able to help companies globally.
They noted that Uganda's demographics, with 75% of its population under 30 and a 13.3% unemployment rate, make it an ideal destination for their existing Asian and American partnerships. Mrs. Museveni expressed gratitude to Apostle Isi for her dedication to Uganda.
I must thank Apostle Isi really for thinking about Uganda. And please know we value your love for Uganda and involving us in whatever you do. And we are ready and willing to come alongside you, and we'll see how far we can go with this.
She further announced that the Organization of African First Ladies for Development, Uganda, and the two organizations would sign a memorandum of understanding to launch the program.
It sounds really good and very interesting. Now what we need to do is look into how we can tap into this, plan for which areas we need to start with, and we need to be sure that we train with those programs for the levels of education that fit that training.
The program will prepare youth to work with international companies at global standards. Foreign companies can outsource cybersecurity work to Uganda through dedicated centers. Reporting for UBC, Baguma William.
Chief of Plans and Strategy of the Uganda People's Defence Forces, Major General Don Nabasa, has emphasized the need for joint efforts between Uganda and Kenya to create a secure environment that fosters socio-economic progress for both countries. Speaking at the closure of the 5th Joint Defence Committee meeting between the UPDF and the Kenya Defence Forces in Mbale City, Nabasa, who led the Ugandan delegation, asserted that peace and stability are essential for the development of various sectors in both nations.
This committee JDC meeting between the Uganda People's Defence Forces UPDF and the Kenya Defence Forces KDF in Mbale City. The meeting focused on the role of security in promoting the socio-economic development of both countries. During the 3-day JDC meeting, Major General Don Nabasa, the Chief of Plans and Strategy of the UPDF and leader of the Ugandan delegation, emphasized that peace and stability are vital for both nations to realize development progress.
Nothing will take place without a secure environment, without security, peace and security. That's why it's very important that we lead the way, and definitely other MDAs and other agencies follow, because it's our responsibility to provide the neighboring environment for all other areas to be handled.
Brigadier Samuel Kimani, the leader of the Kenyan delegation, commended the UPDF. He also highlighted the importance of addressing security threats, particularly those related to technological advancements.
The traditional threats that have been always been with us, and also we have new emerging threats, mostly based on technology, issues to do with cyber technology and other technological threats that are likely to disrupt the well-being of our nations.
On behalf of his country, Brigadier Kimani pledged to consider all action points agreed upon during the meeting and ensure their implementation.
I want to assure you that the action points that we've discussed, we are going to ensure that there is something that will be done about them. We want to ensure that from our side, that we are going to make a follow-up so that come next meeting, we'll have some progress.
Major General Don Nabasa also noted that instabilities, especially in the border areas, often drive individuals to illegally acquire arms. He emphasized that both countries must prioritize the safety of their citizens.
If they are not at any risk, then there won't be any need for acquisition of firearms. As we continue to disarm the illegally armed communities, we need to provide security for those people.
The UPDF 3rd Division Commander Brigadier General Wilberforce Lukomwa assured the officials present at the meeting that disarmament operations will continue to ensure the safety of the local population.
We reaffirm our commitment to the continued conduct of disarmament operations on Lake Victoria and cross-border engagement in order to combat crimes.
The Joint Defense Committee meeting is an annual engagement between the KDF and the UPDF. It serves to assess the performance of the forces in both countries and to strengthen peace and stability for the socio-economic progress of their citizens. Shaidat Nasaku, Muhammad.
State Minister for Children and Youth Affairs, Balam Barugara, has urged young people to embrace government programs and uplift themselves from poverty. Balam was on a visit to beneficiaries of the Jali Project, and he emphasized the need to modernize small-scale industries by equipping artisans with tools and skills to transform their trades into sustainable businesses.
Project designed to modernize traditional industries, mainly informal sector, integrates smaller businesses into larger value chains, fostering economic growth and self-reliance.
We are spending close to $1 billion every financial year. This year,
We have so far received 250 million. By the end of financial, we shall receive $1 billion. But as you can see, the project is a game changer. We are advocating, we shall present an information paper to Cabinet to see that the money is increased. Because imagine all this washing bay only a generator. Why don't we also give them the jet spray? So all those things are needed.
Speaking during his visit to the beneficiaries of the Jali Project, the State Minister for Children and Youth Affairs, Balamba Gahara, explained that many youth have successfully improved their livelihoods through this program.
And we have so far benefited 781 groups comprising of 23,891 members, of which 10,000 are men, 13,000 are women from 93 districts across the country. This project started running on the 8th and the 9th of 2022-2023.
Minister Balam promised further stakeholder consultations to secure additional funding and support, stressing that these programs are non-political and aim entirely at empowering Ugandans.
But our resource constraint, imagine you are in 99 district, but out of 99 district, they get 1 billion. So get 1 billion divided by 99 district. You see how much each district will get. Very, very minimal, very little money.
The beneficiaries, who are mainly in car washing sector, salon enterprises, expressed gratitude for the program, sharing how it has equipped them with skills and boosted their economic status.
We are employing about 40 people currently. They gave us a generator some years back, which we have been using, especially when power is off.
They asked government to enhance advocacy and financial support to further expand their businesses. During his visits to youth groups in areas like Wandegea, Bwaise, Rubaga, Sentema,
Ministry agenda kyenansabye tuyambemu abatusinga tusumbuwa wano twetanira nnyo bamani lenders. Bamani lenders balina charges waggulu ate oluusi akatono k'oba okoze bakatwala batuwa ebbanga tono y'okusulamu. Ministry of Gender senge tuteerawo nga tulina wano sako yaffe ne tuteeramu akasente.
Before coming here, Balam attended the Swiss Contact Project event at Mestil Hotel in Zambia. This is an eco-friendly prosperity project currently operating in 10 districts of eastern Uganda and western Uganda.
They are supplementing to job creation, they are supplementing to economic growth, they are also supplementing to nation development through using the best agriculture practices they are giving to the young people, and also through empowering our young people with fertilizers, with a ready market, with the technical skills.
This project supports a target group between the ages of 18 and 35 years in developing new business models, provide access to climate-resilient technologies and fertilizers, market information, skills and practices, and finance.
Over the next 5 years, we aim to empower 12,000 youth and young women by providing access to climate-resilient technologies, skills, and resources. This ambitious goal builds on decades of impactful work Swiss Contact has done in Uganda. Our vision is very clear, Uganda where no one is left behind.
So currently we are growing vegetables, we have fruits and oil seeds, of which all our farmers have been engaged in groups in Namasagali.
Crispus, Arinitwe, UBC News.
At least 200 National Unity Platform youth supporters have defected to the National Resistance Movement. The Minister of State for Youth and Children, Balam Bergari, welcomed them into the National Resistance Movement Party.
It was joy, pomp and glamour in Chiwaga district as 200 National Unity Platform youth supporters publicly denounced their party and crossed to National Resistance Movement. The Minister of State for Youth and Children Affairs, Balam Bergari, who welcomed them in a landmark celebration, thanked them for seeing the yellow sunshine and was quick to ask them to take advantage of government's poverty eradication programs.
Mu National Unity Platform ensonga ya Jali Biyoba esooka obutamanya n'okutegeera baatulimbalimba mu nuupu nga bwere nnungi nnyo naye ebbanga lye tumaze mu nuupu twonabona obonyibonyi batusudde mu bizibu ate bamala ne batulekayo ne batula ne batabeerako ngeri yonna tebakola kiki bakabirira.
about 200 of young people who have been members of National Unity Platform and who have been working hard for National Unity Platform but earning less. So the young people, I want to thank them. These young people, I want to thank them for joining NRM because they are products of NRM. I asked the eldest, who was 22, so why do you waste your energy in a place where you are being misled? In a special way, I want to thank Yamani, who has been coordinating them, and also the Honorable Minister, Ruth Nankabirwa, who has delegated me to do this function on our behalf.
These knob-turned NRM youth revealed they had wasted most of their time in a party that didn't cater for their interests, but are now willing to redeem their time by engaging in income-generating ventures.
Chiboga is getting power, Chiboga is getting all the government programs, and I've also encouraged them, these young people, that we have PDM money, 30% in every parish is for the young people. That's 30 million in every parish. So by the end of 5 years, we shall have 150 million in every parish of Uganda. So I've encouraged them to participate aggressively in the government programs.
It has, however, been noted that a section of PDM coordinators at parish level in Chiboga district ask bribes from beneficiaries before considering them. Minister Balam paraded the victims and directed for the immediate arrest of the perpetrators.
The people of Chiboga have complained that the PDM parish chiefs have been collecting money from them, 200, 300 for 1 million. Now I've directed on behalf of the president, the RDC of Chiboga, to arrest the chiefs who have been collecting money for 1 million, to ensure that they refund the money and also pay interest the people they picked money from.
Minister Balam, while accompanied by Chiboga District Woman MP Hopeful Desire Mhoza, represented President Yoweri Museveni at the burial of Jennifer Bwasisi, whose husband Atananza Bwasisi played a crucial role in bringing NRM into power during the 1981 to 1986 Liberation War. However, the issue of land grabbing, poor road network, and cattle theft are issues still challenging the area economically.
Yes, sir. Well, you have police, you have LDU, you have informers. Why are they stealing cows and you still call yourself RDCs?
Crispus Arinitwe, UBC News.
Communicators from various ministries, departments and agencies are set to undergo a vital training program aimed at enhancing their digital literacy skills at the National ICT Hub in Nakawa. The initiative, announced by Permanent Secretary Amina Zawede, that is of the Ministry of ICT, is part of a broader effort to streamline government communication and improve service delivery across the country.
Permanent Secretary Zawede emphasized that participation in this training is a key performance indicator for government communication officers. She highlights the importance of digital competency as Uganda moves into an election period where demand for accurate information will be high.
I cannot say that they are doing so well based on the fact that, we go with the analogy that if you're going to dig and you don't have a hole, then sometimes it is difficult for you to dig. There are those who have been facilitated to do their job and are doing well, and there are those who have not had any training from the time they joined government. Others have not had facilitation in terms of having equipment like a laptop or having a camera, because you also need to take photos.
She acknowledged existing gaps in communication practices, including the underutilization of government emails, which has compromised the legitimacy of some communications.
Now that we have implemented the cabinet directive of bringing all communication officers under the ministry, we have defined what they need for their career path, from a communication officer to a senior communication officer, to a principal communication officer, then assistant communication officer, and lastly to a commissioner. What do you need to grow that path and career?
A need for improved coordination among communications officers of government was emphasized, pointing out that laxity in handling communications has been detrimental.
When you read through all the comments that are made here, it's an issue of coordination. We have a big team at the ministry, the coordination is missing. Put targets, put responsibility centers, put timelines. So when we are not able to meet for these quarterly meetings that kick off, who can we point to?
The training is scheduled to take place over a period of 1 week to 1 month in January to February 2025. It aims to equip the participants with essential skills, including adherence to branding guidelines and effective use of digital platforms. Wadulo Arnold Mark, UBC News in Kampala.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo. Dial *165 *80 hash. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You are now entered a draw to win school fees.
This is so much smoke. How you doing? My friends told me about an affordable solution. They're called Greenergy BioStove. Very clean and very safe. Let me call them right away.
Wow, can you believe these beans are in just 45 minutes?
Greenergy ethanol stoves and fuel. Enjoy cleaner, healthier and affordable cooking. Cook your food in less than 2,000 shillings per day. No charcoal. Stop deforestation. We are looking for agents across Uganda. Greenergy, Bible Corner.
Government of Uganda presents Post Buses in Uganda, operated by Posta Uganda. We specialize in professional transport, courier and vehicle hire services across Uganda. Our routes include Kampala Masaka Mbarara Kabale Chisoro, Kampala Mukono Jinja Mbale via Tirinyi Road Soroti Lira, and Kampala Luwero Kamudini Gulu Kitgum. Our main offices are located at the Post Office Head Office on Kampala Road, with booking services available at counters 23 and 24 at the General Post Office. You can also book at designated district post offices along our routes. For inquiries or bookings, please contact us on 0751 684 184. Posta Uganda. We deliver trust.
We thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break. In a renewed effort to support refugees in Uganda, stakeholders have been urged to enhance awareness and empowerment programs aimed at fostering self-reliance among refugees and benefiting their host communities. This call to action was made during a roundtable discussion at the British High Commission's residence, marking the UK's reaffirmed commitment to a sustainable refugee response.
With about 80% of them being women and children from countries such as the Democratic Republic of Congo, South Sudan and Sudan, while government and numerous civil society organizations work tirelessly to ensure the well-being of these refugees, significant challenges remain. Against this backdrop, the United Kingdom committed €16.5 million in funding for the World Food Programme for the year 2024-2025 period to strengthen the refugee response in Uganda through expanding cash transfers for general food assistance in refugee settlements, among other initiatives.
Includes our ULAN.
Through the British High Commission, an engagement has been held with partners, including UNICEF, WFP, Avis, among others, to launch a campaign reaffirming the UK's commitment to addressing the challenges facing refugees in Uganda.
Proud to be supporting really Uganda's uniquely compassionate policy through our funding, but also through research, through data, through evidence and accountability. Because broadly we're seeking to make sure that every single pound or shilling that is spent, it's got the maximum impact and it has a very sustainable a very sustainable approach. The UK has more than doubled our support to the refugee response.
The High Commissioner, Her Excellency Lisa Chesney, says this campaign also focuses on embracing climate change through various activities that are done in the refugee settlements.
The UK really recognises the importance of embracing clean energy solutions. We recently announced a new global Clean Power Alliance that's all about accelerating the energy transition and tackling the very significant challenges attached to clean power. And we're really pleased to be supporting NAWAD to pilot a clean cooking solution in the Bidi Bidi refugee settlement. So that's
Despite the numerous challenges refugees face, there has been significant progress in certain areas, offering hope for the future.
Investment in cash-based food assistance has been very impactful, providing not only sustenance, but the dignity and freedom to decide how they manage their own resources. And again, you mentioned the Minister's reference to this, but revitalizing local markets, which is absolutely a key piece in all of this. And we work with a lot of traders to stimulate those markets and to make sure that they're supplied in a way that means refugees can actually access a healthy, nutritious and affordable diet.
There is now a call for increased awareness and empowerment of refugees to boost self-reliance and foster greater support within host communities.
We're really committed as WFP to work with you and other partners not only to deliver emergency cash assistance, but also to work towards providing, as you said, durable solutions towards self-reliance, so that we can empower refugees.
In our collective efforts, that a lot of the issues that we are dealing with, whether it's nutrition, violence against children, overall protection of children, are rooted in deep-rooted cultural norms and practices that take time to shift. I mean, the nutrition issue is not due to lack of food in this country. It's the lack of feeding practice, it's poor feeding practices.
Other partners emphasize that the focus on self-reliance and economic empowerment for refugees is timely and essential.
We are replicating the experience in the UK-funded Graduate Economic Resilience Initiative to create an agile response to the needs of populations. And we are hopeful that this will be as successful as what we have done in the past.
The UK is a long-standing partner in Uganda's refugee response, and over the past 5 years, 740 billion shillings has been contributed through building resilience and an effective refugee response program. Rebecca Natongo, Susan Inabugude, UBC News.
Chambogo University has strengthened ties with the Australian Consul in a bid to enhance education exchange programs and research. The cooperation will see Chambogo University benefit in research mentorship from Austrian-based universities in socio-economic and environmental related disciplines.
The cooperation between Chambogo University and Australian public universities intends to bolster education exchange programs to meet international standards.
Through this platform, we have received funding for 5 projects so far, with 3 of our researchers serving as principal investigators. Additionally, ongoing research is being funded by APIA. Have led to meaningful exchanges of students and staff. Our staff and students have had the opportunity to engage with a broader network of collaborations, further enriching their academic experiences. These partnerships have been pivotal in advancing our education, research, and community engagement mission.
By reinforcing institutional ties and supporting scholars and alumni, the collaboration elevates higher education and drives sustainable development and innovation, fostering new initiatives and expanding collaborative projects, a unique space where we get together and get new opportunities and networks, and together be able to push the boundaries of research and innovation.
With growing globalization and widened labor market, this partnership is expected to facilitate research and skills development towards desirable fourth industrial revolution.
New approaches in finding answers together
to the challenges we face together in this globalized world. Challenges of climate change, sustainability, but of course also social changes, challenges in the global health system that we've all experienced, and also political challenges, challenges of governance. Those are challenges we face in this world, in different countries, in different ways. So it's important to come together in a global network and think about it together.
So far, at least 2,000 students from Uganda are benefiting in this Ugandan-Australian cooperation.
They are already contributing through scholarships, training of staff and students, yes. And so collaboration is very key so that we get to know more skills on how to handle these wastes and how to understand them further, how they affect our resources. And secondly, we need also to create awareness. Yes, we don't stop only on our research here. We have to step out there as academicians, and then we kind of form partnerships.
To build on these, to foster those university cooperation, these university partnerships further.
The Uganda-Australian Information and Networking meeting was organized by Australia's Agency for Education and Internationalization to promote programs on digital science and transformation. Komagom Rogers and Abdul Nasir Luwama for UBC.
Government is set to resume the mandatory vehicle inspection for all motorists in the country. This is after taking over full ownership of the 7 vehicle inspection facilities across the country from SGS Automotive Limited. The vehicle inspection facilities, worth 109.9 billion shillings, were handed over to government at a ceremony at Namamve SGS Vehicle Inspection Center.
The Minister for Works and Transport, General Edward Katumba Wamala, has said the mandatory vehicle inspection will kick off this financial year.
But a full-scale implementation come 2025-26 will now go in full swing to ensure that the inspection is done for all the vehicles and every vehicle.
Yeah, these are land titles and
the handover ceremony of the vehicle inspection facilities was witnessed by the 3 ministers of Works and Transport, top government officials and various development partners at a ceremony held at Namamve SGS Vehicle Inspection Center. The vehicle inspection project was introduced in 2015 but encountered several legal battles and public outrage, particularly from members of parliament, which delayed its implementation.
Even when the project implementation commenced in November 2016, the services were later suspended in June 2017 by parliament, citing public outcry.
All these issues were addressed, issues of fees, and then there was also a recommendation, of course, removing government officials who are corrupt on the project. All this was done, and we hope now the project will be able to be implemented effectively.
The vehicles inspection facilities, now under government control, are in Namamve, Namulanda, Nabingo, Kawanda, Mbale, Mbarara and Gulu. Road accidents are usually caused by a combination of factors, and among them is the dangerous mechanical condition of vehicles or motorcycles, which this project aims to address.
But the thinking of government was that when we pave the roads, we would be reducing fatalities on the roads by at least more than 50%. But the contradiction is that as we continue to improve on our road surfaces, particularly in the countryside, fatalities continue to climb. And it is in the interest of anybody who boards a car or any vessel that is moving to first appreciate that that vessel must be in good condition.
So without the certificate from here, we shall not give you the PSV. Now we shall escape those people who are saying the buses, the matatus, which are tied with ropes. And I saw one as I was coming from town, tied with ropes, and was stopping, picking passengers.
While these facilities are intended to test the worthiness of motor vehicles on roads, Minister Katumba says the facilities will also be used for fitting the new digital registration plates for motorists.
So the public will be informed of the date when these facilities will be open, including of fitting digital registration plates for the applicants to be able to put. You can actually book. You can book when you want your vehicle to be inspected online.
With government taking over the vehicle inspection facilities from a private investor, the annual inspection cost for motorists have drastically reduced from 110,000 shillings to 49,500 shillings for the public service vehicles. For motorcycle riders, the fee has been reduced from 56,000 shillings to 5,500 shillings, while buses and heavy commercial vehicles will pay 60,000 shillings. Diano Olwen Peters, UBC News in Kampala.
We thank you so much for watching. Let's take a short break. Keep it with us.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo. Dial *165 *80 hash. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You are now entered a draw to win school fees.
According to the Uganda Bureau of Statistics Census Report of 2016, in Uganda, 12.4% of the population, about 4.5 million, live with a disability. Limited access to ICT and assistive technologies increases digital disparities, prompting UCOSAF's aim to promote digital inclusiveness for persons with disabilities. The ICT for People with Disability program aims to improve the accessibility of education and technology for persons with disabilities and promote their full and effective participation in society. UCOSA is implementing this program through the creation and maintenance of an online observatory for persons with disabilities intended to link persons with disabilities with service providers and different programs that empower them, and provision of adaptive tools that enhance their quality of life through ICTs and digital skilling.
Welcome back from the break and thank you so much for watching. Leaders and communities in Miana municipality are grateful to the government for reconstruction of the municipality roads. However, they are concerned about the delays in construction of Enago Construction Company and the lack of compensation for families affected by the projects. Government, through the Ministry of Works and Transport, awarded over 15 kilometers of roads to Miana municipality to be added to the contract for the Miana Mubende Highway, which is under construction by Enago Construction Company.
Although leaders and communities in Miana municipality appreciate the government's efforts to reconstruct the roads, they are increasingly concerned about the delays in construction. These delays have exacerbated the dust problems on the roads, which are negatively impacting the businesses. Additionally, the failure to compensate families whose properties were destroyed by the contractor remains a significant social and economic challenge.
So tubadde tusaba gavumenti etuyambeko naffe abakuvunaanyizibwa ku kintu ekyo nga babakamada bayambe ennyumba ye bagiddaabirize naye abaana basula mu mpewo yeeraliikira ababbi basobole naye asobole okusasula akasente bamuyiririre batereze ennyumba ye.
Tusabanga bakontrakita Enago beba bakontraktinze okukola enguudo batuyambe basasule abantu baffe, abantu baleme okubonaabona ate olw'ebirungi gavumenti biyafaayo okukolera enguudo zaffe.
This follows the plight of Hajbiansi Kamada Kafuba, a resident along Taban Road in Miana municipality. His house was destroyed in October 2022 when maram deposited by Enago Construction Company near his perimeter wall caused the wall to collapse during a heavy downpour, leaving his house damaged beyond repair. He stated that reconstructing his house would require over 300 million Uganda shillings, a sum he claims was agreed upon with Enago for compensation. However, it has been over 3 years and he has yet to receive any payment.
Omukulembeze waffe ow'ekitiibwa President Museveni olw'okutukolera enguudo ekyamazima ddala tubadde tuli bubi naye olw'ensonga zino zonna wadde wabaawo byonna ebitali bituufu eri abantu abakozi baffe nakosebwa naye njagala bwenkanya eri ekintu kye baayonoona ne bansuubiza nti no bagenda kunkolako ne baddaawo basiiba wange beetawula nga bagamba tugenda kunkolako okutuusa ddi ekintu ekyali eky'emyezi ebiri kati tuno katugenzemu 2025 n'asasulwa ddi njagala bwenkanya.
He appealed to the Ministry of Works and Transport to intervene and compel the contractor to compensate him as his family is struggling to live in the severely damaged house.
This work began way back something like 2 years or 3 years, and we were very happy for this initiative. But since then it's coming to 1.5 years when the works, when government or Enago stopped working.
The mayor requested that the government complete the municipality roads within this financial year to address the challenges of dust, frequent accidents, and the adverse effects on business activities. He also urged the residents of Miana to remain calm while calling on the contractors to expedite the construction works and compensate the affected families. Marion Awori and Fred Kasibante for UBC.
Energy Uganda has given back to the community by rewarding 30 loyal customers with 1 million shillings each. This token of appreciation aimed at supporting education.
20 marshals.
The month of January is often associated with financial strain due to extended festive season. It's also a critical month when parents prepare their children for a new academic year. It is against this backdrop that Vivo Energy launched an initiative aimed at easing the financial burden on parents through its back-to-school promotion.
It's about a few days before school fees initiative starts. So this is to really support our customers and take the burden of school fees off them so that they can utilize that money for other things. It comes from a place of we understand that fuel or what we sell as a mainstream product is such a key conduit to running the economy, but also understand that school fees or a nation that is educated is a strong nation. So we want to support that journey.
Each recipient expressed gratitude for the financial assistance, emphasizing how the support will significantly ease the burden of school fees.
I do electricity. I'm from Ahmed Seguya Technical. I'm so happy because I have won tuition for the first semester with the little tools I've got from the money, and I feel so happy, and I thank the Almighty for the opportunity I have got to be one of the lucky ones.
And I also urge for more people out there to continue getting involved in such kind of activities. Who knows, they can be able to be part of the same program. Yeah.
The event took place at Shelchi Tetika, located on Kampala-Gayaz Road. In addition to the money, the parents accompanied by their children also received protective helmets. With this gesture, Vivo Energy, an oil marketing company, strengthens its relationship with customers and reinforces its dedication to fostering education and safety in the Ugandan community. Dennis Igor for UBC News.
On this same road,
the number of women engaging in occupations traditionally considered to be male-dominated is taking root with advancement in technology. Age 28, Juliet Nambi has expertise in operating an excavator, and she is among the few ladies who have broken barriers and sought opportunities in traditionally male-dominated jobs.
These are roadworks at one of the major 27 junctions being upgraded to be signalized with traffic lights as one of the measures to reduce traffic jam. Juliet Nambi, aged 28, a mother of two, has caught the attention of many with her skills she exhibits in operating the excavator. Construction is one of those occupations that were traditionally dominated by men. The Uganda National Labour Force Survey of 2021, produced by Uganda Bureau of Statistics, shows that only 1.3% of women are in the construction industry, compared to their male counterparts at 46.4%. Juliet Nambi's journey of acquiring skills in operating an excavator started when she joined vocational training in 2015.
I did mechanics, motor vehicle mechanics, where I got a chance to go and train somewhere in a company called Uganda Limited, where they gave me the chance to train this machine, to operate the machine. At first I feared, but with time I gained the confidence.
Due to limited white-collar jobs, the competition for employment between men and women is growing, and Juliet Nambi is among the few ladies who have broken barriers to train in the so-called male-dominated jobs that require muscle power and endurance.
If it needs to turn the machine, you turn the machine, leveling, there is even cutting slopes, and even loading malam. Yeah.
Her employers describe her as brilliant and committed to her work.
She's exceptionally very good. She concentrates so much on her work. She doesn't have time. Maybe men have time for stories, but as a lady, she has no stories with other men. She just concentrates on her work. She equally does 100% what men can do with the excavator, and she's one of the brilliant ladies around. So we are planning to also reward her for the excellent work she has been doing.
The advancement in technology that were traditionally tagged to men. Adia Nakute, UBC.
Is all we had for you tonight. Thank you so much for watching. With Dorothy Namyomba and myself, we wish you the best of the night. Bye-bye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.